What is good, you guys? I've got a tier list here for you all. I'm simply going to be ranking the characters based off of how well they perform in servers with players who know what they're doing. And I'm judging shooting moves based off of how they perform against real goalkeepers, not AI ones. And remember, I usually read every comment under my video, so by all means, do let me know what your thoughts are on my rankings. And by the way, I'm trying to hit 7 million subs by the weekend, so if you end up liking the video, consider helping me out with that. And with all that out of the way, let's get straight into it. We're going to be starting off the tier list with Isagi. Isagi has an extremely limited base moveset of only 2 moves, the main one being his direct shot. Direct shot is limited in that you can't control its trajectory at all, but it has a very low startup time, high shot power, and high range, making it one of the most solid options in the game for making quick, accurate passes that are hard to intercept. As for shooting with it though, it's super predictable, as it always travels in the exact same straight line. The complete lack of versatility that you have when playing as Isagi is really debilitating. It's annoying trying to make plays and score when all you get is 2 skills to work with. Thankfully though, Isagi's flow is pretty solid. You can activate it without needing to have the ball on you, which is great. The meta vision can be helpful at times, and you get access to 2 new shooting skills without losing flow after you activate them. Not to mention you get access to an overtime goal, which is really sick. Overall, I'd say Isagi is a D tier. He only has 1 real move in his base moveset, but his flow is solid enough to keep him out of the F tier. Let's go ahead and move on to Kaiser. Kaiser's moveset is great. You get a powerful mobility move, a counter, a direct shot, and best of all, you get Kaiser Impact Magnus. Magnus is easily the best move in the entire game. It has the longest range and the highest speed out of any base shooting skill. It's ridiculously hard to save, and it's also an extremely good option for passing. Magnus is just all around an incredible move. Then we get into his flow, which unlike any other flow can be used to intercept the ball out of the air upon activation. This is super useful on defense, and while in flow, you also get access to a powerful long range shot that's hard to save if used correctly. There's also his Kaiser Impact counter variant while in flow, but to be honest, it's not really that good. Regardless, Kaiser has a lot going for him. He has a super solid on the ball moveset, the best move in the entire game, plus he can intercept the ball with his flow. No other character in the game can compare to Kaiser's goal scoring ability, and for that reason, he will be our first S tier. Next up, we got SeSe. SeSe has a very unique moveset. Unfortunately though, some of his moves are complete ass. Perfect Touch is a decent mobility option, but if you even attempt to use the second variation, you will get the ball instantly stolen off you by either an Aiku or a Lorenzo. As for his curve shot, it's okay. It's insanely easy to intercept, but when you shoot it along the floor, it helps with this. Nutmeg though is an absolute joke of a move. Want to risk completely embarrassing yourself for the chance to activate your counter? Here's a whopping 5 studs of distance. Then we get into SeSe's flow, which is super horrid. Not only do you only get access to 1 singular move, but in order to use it, someone from the opposite team has to get close to you. So have fun playing Cheese Touch after activating your flow. SeSe is going straight into F tier. If it wasn't for the saving grace of his moveset, Magic Pass. Magic Pass has near infinite range, low startup, and high speed. It's probably the best passing move in the game, but to be honest, it has gotten pretty simple to intercept lately. Still though, Magic Pass will save SeSe from the F tier, and I'll instead keep him at D tier. Alright, so moving on from SeSe, let's talk about Rin. Rin has a pretty straightforward moveset. He gets a powerful curve shot and 2 mobility skills. Occlusion Break is really solid. It covers a lot of ground and it lasts quite a while, so you can actually get your dribble back off cooldown when you use it. Unfortunately though, the same can't be said for Fake Shot, which is arguably the worst move in the entire game. Why? Because it has literal end lag. Don't ask me why, but for some ungodly reason, the devs decided to give this skill end lag. Meaning that if you decide to use it, you will 100% of the time get the ball stolen off you by an experienced player who knows about this weakness, making it almost completely useless. When it comes to Rin's curve shot, it's just SeSe's but on steroids. It has more speed and range, and it has access to insane lineup spots that make it almost impossible to save. As for Rin's flow, it's decent. You can pop it without needing to have the ball, which is always nice, and the counter skill is really solid. So overall, I'd say Rin sits comfortably in B tier. Curve shot is genuinely insane for scoring against sweats, and for the rest of his moveset, it's pretty good except for Fake Shot. Next will be Aiku. Aiku's moveset is pretty unique, yet it's the only move in the entire game capable of going through iframes plus a trap skill. Unfortunately though, Aiku suffers tremendously from not having a single shooting move, meaning he is incredibly vulnerable when surrounded by opponents because he quite literally has no method of getting rid of the boss safely. This is a huge problem for Aiku, and sadly the rest of his moveset just doesn't make up for this. His reflex tackle, although good on paper with how it can go through iframes, is kinda hard to actually pull off that many times in a game. Thankfully though, Aiku has a strong flow that lets him steal the ball off an opponent, and he gets an interception skill plus a shooting skill while in flow. Aiku sits in a C tier for me. He's just pretty mid in general, but his moveset is still far from awful, as having access to a trap skill is always great. Let's keep things going with Shido. Shido has the largest moveset in the game with access to 5 different base skills and 4 different flow skills. Shido's versatility is pretty unmatched. He's got mobility and a huge arsenal of shooting moves, including one that literally lets him trap the ball midair. One of the highlights for Shido's base moveset, however, is his bicycle kick formless variant, which shoots the ball with extreme power and height, which makes it excellent for scoring against real player goalkeepers. Moving on to Shido's flow, we see that it's one of the best in the game, as he gets access to an instant goal scoring ability that's super easy to pull off, requiring you only to be in the penalty area and to use back heel shot. And if that doesn't suit your needs, you get access to Big Bang Drive, Dragon Drive, and an upgraded bicycle kick while in flow. Shido, having the most versatile shooting moveset in the game, on top of having an immaculate flow, grants him a spot in A tier. His on-the-ball skills are a bit lacking, and he doesn't have that level of overpoweredness I feel is required for S tier. Overall though, Shido is an excellent character. Next up, moving on to a defensive style, we have Don Lorenzo. Lorenzo has what I consider to be an almost perfect moveset. He gets an iframe ability, he gets a passing skill, he gets a trap skill, and he gets a second shot blocking skill, giving him immaculate defensive capabilities, being able to completely shut down passes and shots with his horrific intercept or his defensive stance. Lorenzo just has the tools to do everything other than shooting. Having a Lorenzo on your team is always insanely valuable. Then we get into his flow, which lets him steal the ball up to 2 times and shoot the ball up to 2 times, which is crazy. Don Lorenzo will be our second S tier, going right beside Kaiser. He has the most well-rounded moveset in the game and is an absolute menace both on and off the ball. Moving on, we got Baro. Baro has a good base moveset, which includes the best mobility skill in the game, on top of a shot that has a fully controllable height trajectory. Being able to cover a quarter of the pitch in 3 seconds with his King's Path is super useful. It lets you easily get past anyone trying to defend against you, and it lets you get back on defense to help out. His shot is also highly versatile. You can aim it low or you can aim it high. It's great for both passing and shooting thanks to its slow startup time, but to be honest, it isn't powerful enough to consistently score against real goalkeepers. When it comes to his flow, Baro keeps the trend of strong flows going, as he, just like Shido, gets access to an auto goal ability, though his is much harder to pull off, requiring you to not only grab 2 opponents, but also make it into the penalty area. While in flow, he also gets access to a boss heal ability, which is super good. I will be putting Baro into B tier, thanks to his overall solid moveset, and I believe that after player goalkeepers get nerfed in the future, he will probably rise to an A tier, but right now it's just a bit hard to consistently score with him. Last and least is Nagi. No sugarcoating it, Nagi is going straight into F tier. Let's see what you get with Nagi. You get the worst shooting skill in the game, the worst iframe move in the game, and an almost useless trap skill. So what makes Nagi's moveset so bad? Heavy Shot has a 12-hour long animation, making it unbelievably easy to save or intercept. His fake shot, just like Rin's fake shot, has straight up end lag, and this one is even worse than Rin's because it provides you with no mobility whatsoever, and control can only be used to trap the ball if it's very high up in the air. It gives you no forward movement, and its shooting variant has super little power behind it. As for Nagi's flow, it's equally as bad as his base moveset. You get access to 1 shooting skill which will cancel your flow upon use, and an auto goal ability that is quite literally impossible to land against a player goalkeeper. Nagi fell off like crazy in this game. It's insane to think that a few months ago, Nagi would have easily been S tier, but as of now, he provides almost nothing to a team. You are better off going with literally any other style. At least there is hope of a rework in the future though. So there it is, you guys. That concludes my tier list. Remember, as long as you're good at the game, you can make any character work. This is just my opinion. Also, a huge thanks to all of you who subscribed just before we hit our 10k milestone. Thanks for watching my content, and I'll see you all in the next one.